Jed. Welcome to the Bitcoin update. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Um, as you guys saw, Bitcoin did see a slight retrace from 71. It's now at 69K range, I believe. Yep. And the reason why is because we have DXY, right? So wherever DXY goes, Bitcoin does the opposite. So in this case, DXY moved up, Bitcoin moved down. On the daily time frame, I'll zoom out in a bit on the weekly, but I did evolve this daily downtrend from there to here, and that was all. We have this swing low of this green candle there on the daily time frame, one there, one here. So these are all acting as resistance. We can delete this daily downtrend. Really no point. It's pretty much going to be working with this space here. Currently, DXY is hitting this weekly resistance. However, this has been tested numerous times, so I could definitely see that break up until this next weekly resistance. But ultimately, if DXY does end up skyrocketing, I would say you do have this daily downtrend, the macro downtrend. We have a nice heavy weekly resistance and this daily untested. So um, yeah, looks like DXY may continue moving up if it breaks out of this weekly. So if that's the case, be aware of Bitcoin. We'll chart Bitcoin in just a few. Let's go to the weekly time frame and see what's going on for DXY. Perfect. So DXY ended up respecting that weekly uptrend. So you can see there's this very volatile wick. So let's say in a few days ago, we probably would have saw DXY as far as down here, looking super bearish. But here you can see it ended up rejecting massively, huge rejection, and ended up hard closing above this weekly support and the uptrend. So that means it's respecting the uptrend. Okay, so yeah, 2 weeks so far. I mean, this weekly just, there's still pretty much it just opened. There's still 5 days left until this candle, but yeah, we'll see how the daily, I mean, this green candle reacts to this first weekly resistance and then this, okay? But if we see that DXY is currently respecting an uptrend, we can probably see Bitcoin retrace a bit more depending how it looks. We'll go after, we'll actually review it after this. But on the bearish side of DXY, guys, if it loses its uptrend, right, it's most likely going to fall back down to this weekly support. However, because the support has been tested numerous times already, I don't think it will hold. I personally think DXY will go straight down here if it does lose that weekly uptrend. So if that were the case, Bitcoin's going to move up, right? Because again, DXY moves in one direction, then Bitcoin goes in the other. So hoping that plays out. So yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Okay, lots of space here that we can play with, okay, on the weekly time frame. Um, Wait 1 second. There, there. So, cluttering my chart like crazy. Sorry, guys. Looks like I have some 4 hourly levels here. Let me just clean up this a bit. I think these were some levels I forgot to adjust. Even this 4 hour here. I'll look at that later. All right, weekly. Okay, daily. We have a daily. Oh no, this doesn't look right. We'll keep that there just in case. Looks like it's just out of whack right now. But on the weekly time frame, we can see that there's a lot of space here working with. There's a lot of room for Bitcoin to retrace back down, right? Even as far as low as this weekly support against this weekly uptrend. So, um, I'm hoping it finds accumulation within this daily, but on the weekly time frame, we can definitely see that there's still a bit more room to work with as it gets closer to the weekly apex. So yeah, nothing really here to mark. Actually, we can mark that weekly right here, right? Last red candle before that local uptrend. So yeah, let's go to the daily, see what we're working with. Yeah, this is out of whack. That's not right. All right. Okay. So on to the more local levels on the daily level, starting from left to right, see if we can clean up some levels. This is still valid. Think what color is this? Oh, that's a weekly, so we have to, I want to make this so the visibility just stays on a weekly, just to less clutter. Okay, daily, daily, daily are tested. Okay, we have a 4 hour here. We have to adjust as well. again, I just don't want to clutter the chart. Okay, perfect. Okay, acted as resistance in this moment, broke out of it, tested the daily support downtrend against the daily resistance there. Okay, so therefore we can just delete this. Um, this can move here. That's the origin point, and there's that daily uptrend where, again, I'm hoping that Bitcoin can just, bleed out, find support on this level, and break out above. But that's in a case where DXY falls down. So um, I would say, in my opinion, let Bitcoin enter an accumulation see here and see what happens on the support. As long as it's on support, guys, again, that's an accumulation area that you can enter on. Even in some altcoins, I think like Track have been just completely exhausted. So just like a coin to look at, um, while Bitcoin enters an accumulation, because there's a tendency where all coins, right, when Bitcoin does retrace and then it enters an accumulation, that exhausts some altcoins to a point where they just cause a massive trigger point and a big move up, a big spike up for a nice quick play. So just something to be aware about, okay? Again, when you see times where Bitcoin, right? Um, Again, you have some of these altcoins that haven't really moved, right? And then when Bitcoin, retraces a bit, it drops the altcoin even more. And then when Bitcoin enters an accumulation, that drops the altcoin even more, but into an accumulation. And accumulation gets exhausted so much that it creates a trigger point, in other words, a very massive spike. So don't be surprised if you end up seeing those very soon in the coming week or so. Um, but yeah, definitely let Bitcoin do its thing on turn accumulation. Possibly, even make it test the support before you can even make a decision on a trade. Okay, so here you just got to be patient because again, there is a lot of room for Bitcoin to retrace down. All these daily levels are all tested, right? So that's and you have a weekly uptrend here, so just be aware that Bitcoin can still hit this weekly uptrend, and don't worry, it's still bullish, it's still in an uptrend, it's just locally, locally just wouldn't be good, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much Bitcoin. If you guys have any questions, comments, please drop them down below. And yeah, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Take care, guys. Bye.